it's really none of my business what's happening here on this earth. Like the world, not my business. The thing that I envision and what I keep my eye on, my business, is the place I want to live. And so it's literally like on this planet, babes, you're in a school and each and every person here has an individuated karmic lesson that they're going through, has nothing to do with the next person. Not really. I mean, maybe, there's when people are working out karmas and stuff, and but to me, I mean, I can see hang-ups with well, there's demons that are locked here, warlocked or whatever, and then there's people that are just, they know that they're in a school and they come here to advance in becoming creators. So from one literal cell to the next, that's what I'm looking at. Hard to tell what's really happening, but it was important to get the grid up, right? There's the grid. People live in cells. Their housing is looking like this. Whether they're an apartment or a person is in where I'm at, where it's just a house and then a huge yard. Some people have bigger yards, some people have smaller yards. It's still a cell. And so you might have a fence, you might not, but the fact is there is a property perimeter that your owners, really the people who are masterminding all of this crap, um, have designated. They know that that's there, and so, but that's your cell, and you can put a fence up, you notice, and then like you can paint your whole place red, and then these people could paint themselves blue. I'm not even going. See, saying red and blue, that means you're talking about political. I'm not doing that. Those are colors. Sorry I said that. Everybody's brainwashed. Getting back to the fact that it's none of your business from one cell to the next. This is what's weird. It's weird because I like being more organized as an organism, to work together, to say, no, hey, we have a common sense here, right? I don't paint my shit anything. You don't paint your shit anything. It's already here. How? Let's stay in collaboration with what the truth is. Here, as a human, I mean, boy, a lot of potential and there's a lot going on. But how that there isn't, I was going to say, religion enough that people have lost the maturity or the wisdom to not do things. Maybe the whole skill and out of the in the be as a creator being in this universe is to not just do everything that you can possibly vision, but to not do it. Trickle out, filter out all of that possibility and just have some certain thing come out. It's the same where they talk about, and I'll wrap this conversation up. I know it's boring. Most people are just, the weekends are like, and then now it's election. Talk about, I am so sick and tired of it. I think something else will happen. It's not that the COVID-19 thing, the mask wearing thing, it's not a bad thing. Something is trying to get the organism to pick itself up, and whatever goes by the wayside and in fact dies of fear, it's just not going to be there doing it. It's just not going to make history. It's just not going to be what makes history. It's going to be what makes history as the horrid pictures that you see of the lower vibrational frequency of people just um, going batty because they have been cultured in a certain way. They're not letting it go very well. See, every single one on this planet has to deal with that, especially right now. I'm talking about the Virgo planets and the retrograde, how it's time to communicate only to, like, really to yourself. If anybody, it's to yourself. You're going to get into this subconscious communications. it's built. It's for cleaning. This time of year, it's time to clean. It's time to get ready for a whole new harvest of something. Were you working on something this year, or was it 3 years ago? Are you still thinking that the past even fucking matters? Nah. I knew a really cool guy, and these people are going crazy. But he wrote a little poem. He used to write all kinds of poems, and I heard him say he lived here in virgin natures on the earth. I call it virgin earth. If you have a tree there, you'll notice everything is just a year old. It could be a fucking 2,000-year-old tree, but the science found in that tree, the cambium layer is only a year old. The rest is kind of dead, but it's not dead. It's doing water and stuff, and it's definitely alive and resonating with water. But but scientifically, there's just this alive part that's very thin, and it's just a year old. So anyway, well, it's the same for everybody else. Your cellular system or something is replacing itself every so many hours or something like that. But anyway, the mind is trying to hold everything in place, and with that, that's what humanity is experiencing. This, I already kind of went with that analogy, talking about the fixed signs. I don't know why I do this. I don't know why I'm doing these videos, but because I'm trying to raise my frequency. I'm trying to bust up into a higher vibrational frequency. I'm trying to get what I need for my real life. My real life does not entail living like most people do. You can't afford it. I can't. It's been this long not doing that now, and now I just feel like it's just a graduation, and what I'm feeling, it's actually a graduation that all of humanity needs to do. This isn't just a fucking coincidence that I'm feeling like, oh, I get it. I need to kind of let go in a certain way to start being more useful to, it's not just to me. The money thing is here for us to collaborate and start, in case you really wanted to encase yourself in your intellectual properties, say your rights to work what's here. Money was honestly trying to help us with that, and it's safe to say it's in the wrong hands. Really, it's just in people's hands who managed to get a lot more of it, and controlling the entire Earth's population. It's an enslaved fucking imprisonment, and some people will never see it in their lifetime. They will be, in fact, full on in service to that, and they don't have a conversation for me. They don't have 8 minutes, 9 minutes going on YouTube talking about anything at all. Nothing. And their contagion is, shut up, just do your work. Be obedient. Almost, I'm getting it. Almost. It's happening in the form of, okay, here we go back again. Okay, so this fence line here, I have to just mind my own business and say, no, just, see, I obey and this is on a different level. I'm not talking about the shitty fucking school that these people are doing. They're obeying fucking the fear of death, and I'm obeying, well, I don't know anything about Jesus Christ or that history or any of the story, but I hear about it, like my mom tried to tell me and stuff. Really, I'm trying to go on my own experience, and the more and more I hear the story and what the damn thing was about, and where I'm at now is like, the reminder is from Christ. Did you know that you're supposed to love everything here? All of the animals, you're supposed to love them. You're not supposed to eat them. All of because you're like an animal, your body has all of the same that is made of the universe and the animal, and you're just kind of visiting here in this kind of, it's probably one out of a trillion that you have the privilege to experience here, and it's a school, and if you want a universe of your own, if you want to be a creator and know how the bliss of being a creator, something that whenever you think, something actually comes out of it. Most people, all people, are not qualified here. They're not even thinking. They're running the imprisonment that says as long as well, a lot of it's twisting and turning, because there's levels, and very few people understand anything at all, let alone what I'm just talking about here. And I'm having to psychologically adjust to what's happening next door is none of my business. No, I have an obligation. I don't mind looking crazy. I learned this from my neighbor living down in the city she was kind of, I think, maybe perfectly sane. The way she used to yell at the top of her lungs, talking about it sounds like a goddamn dog pound. And I just heard this place turn into a dog pound, but what I'm calling it is a dog pounders. Dog pounders. See, it's the society of people with dogs on leashes, which is miserable. Any dog on a leash is miserable. They don't even have a real dog there. You can voice command them. You can give them your disciplined energy, but these people aren't really disciplined socially. So, but they got a dog, and it's all, and they're, of course, it's a school. I mean, if you look up close at what has happened with dogs, I mean, you need a license, and then you need registration, and then you need a fucking, what else? Insurance? Did you get your insurance yet? And then did you get all the 55,000 vaccines? And then, oh, they got sick, didn't they? Did you find your vet? Do you have a doctor's plan for them? These people are getting sucked in like this, and it's like, halt, don't you know it's time to have birds? Get a chicken. They eat everything, even meat. If you insist on eating meat, the maggots there will be eaten up. Everything will be. Chickens are way better than dogs at this point, because why? First of all, you're not being targeted by not only the dog pounders who say you don't treat your dog right. Well, because you have a longer leash or a shorter leash, or you don't have a leash at all, or fucking you're never happy with these fucking people. Dog pounders. Good. Oh, you're so good for getting it's a stray dog. All of them are stray. All of you are stray. Pick up.